Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Josh. This is going to be our November reading for the star sign of Cancer. Remember as well, time is not important. If it is not November even, and you are watching this, that is perfectly fine. Whenever you are drawn to watch this video is when you're meant to see it. And remember as well, of course, with there being so many Cancerians out there, this is a very general reading. For some of you, it'll all resonate and make sense. For others, you might only be able to take bits and pieces. And for some of you, it might not make sense at all, and that is perfectly fine. And if that is the case and it doesn't make sense for you, be sure to check out some other YouTubers so that, you might get some guidance from them. If they have a different reading, it might resonate for you. With that said, I don't want to waste any time. So I feel like that is an adequate introduction. So right, let's get going. I'm getting good vibes off of this reading already. The Cancer reading. I think it shall be good. Hopefully, anyway. What was I going to say? But yeah. November. Hopefully Mercury retrograde is being nice to everyone. So, Spirit, what messages and guidance do you have for... Okay, that kind of went back in. What messages and guidance do you have for the star sign of Capricorn? Why do I do that? A while ago when I went to first start recording this. So, Spirit, what messages and guidance do you have for Cancer? Not Capricorn, for Cancer. A while ago when I went to record this, I had to stop and delete it because I realised after a minute that I started, I was on about Scorpio. And I was like, no, not doing that yet. I was like, this is the Cancer reading. I was like, Scorpio, wait your turn. And now Capricorn's trying to jump in. But anyway, Spirit, what messages and guidance do you have for Cancer for the month of November or for whenever they're watching this reading? Oh, okay. Our first card that came out fairly quick there is the Death card. So, first off, new beginnings, something coming to an end. But don't worry, death is like... To be honest, death is more, for me, I find it's a positive card more than anything. Because I know a lot of people, it looks eerie and it's kind of, the word death, people get kind of like, ugh. But like, at the end of the day, something's got to give for us to make room for the next thing in our life. So like, for us to welcome in something bigger and better, we have to be willing to make space for it by putting an end to something that we no longer need, that we might be holding on to, that's not necessary anymore, okay? But obviously when we go further into it and clarify, we'll see what we're on about. But yeah, obviously a lot of you are going through some transformations, some changes, some rebirths, some new beginnings, letting go of old things, making room for new, which is great. Nothing better. And I suppose Mercury retrograde is, a good time to do that as well. Because you've got, sorry, what was I going to say? Oh, Mercury retrograde being a good time to reevaluate, reassess, all the things starting in RE, reevaluate, reassess. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, like, you can, at least that way you can reevaluate and reassess the things in your life that you may need to put an end to and release so that you can make room for new stuff, either during this month or after it when Mercury retrograde comes to an end. Page of Swords. Again, for me at the moment, cutting things off is what I'm getting here. So I'm like, again, it matches up with the Death card. Page of Swords, I'm seeing like, as opposed to this being news or communication or anything like that, I am thinking for this we've got the Page of Swords with the Death card to tell you about how it is time to cut off certain things, certain situations, especially certain thought patterns, certain ways of thinking that don't operate, that aren't, outdated patterns of thinking. It's time to cut them out. It's time to get rid of all that. Let them go. It's an old way of living. It is time to be reborn. But in order to be reborn, you need to cut all the energetic cords to anything from the past, any situations, any people that are no longer serving you or that are no longer supporting you or whatnot on your journey, okay? We'll see what else we get. But yeah, in this reading, our Page of Swords, I don't think it's a person. It is just, that is you. That is you holding your sword up and, fighting off and cutting away all of the junk you don't need anymore in your life, okay? Yeah, because, excuse me, because in order for you to, like what we came out there is Ace of Cups. So, new beginnings emotionally, maybe opportunity coming up for emotional fulfillment, maybe a new relationship in the future or a new relationship soon. But in order to, you know, get to this. And like, this doesn't have to be, don't get me wrong, this does not have to be an actual relationship or anything like that. You don't have to be getting with someone or you know, that type of thing. It could be a case of just emotional fulfillment, filling up your own cup for you, doing what you need to do so that you can be happier and you can be emotionally fulfilled, and then your cup will be overflowing, and then you can focus on if you want to be with someone else, or if you want to do more things, if you already have a partner, if you want to do more, you know, emotionally like bonding things with them. But this doesn't have to mean you know, a love relationship. It can be a relationship with yourself. It can be loving yourself, you know, being more emotionally fulfilled. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to mean a new love relationship with another man or woman. But in order for you to get this emotional fulfillment, and for those of you who are looking for another relationship, that, you know, it is about cutting ties with the past. There are things that have come to an end, and you just need to like accept what's happened, keep the lessons, cut away all of the rest, cut cords with everything else that no longer serves you, situations, people, you know, everything and anything from the past that is not for your highest good and that is not helping you to be the person you want to be and to get where you want to get. It needs to go. So I feel like this is maybe for some of you, the reason this has come up about cutting some stuff out is maybe there's something that's already ended. It has already ended. It is gone. But yet there's still an energetic cord there that you've not cut, and it's like you need to get rid of it, because this rebirth, this transformation, this new beginning is not going to fully happen until you cut ties with whatever past crap you're holding on to that is holding you back, okay? And then once you have all that done, once you have come to terms with what has ended, and come to terms with, you know, the fact that you need to work through it and, you know, cut cords with it, feel what needs to be felt and release it. Once you've done that, you'll be so much more feeling more emotionally fulfilled. You may be closer to your next love relationship, or if you're already in a relationship, it may, you know, by doing that releasing of the past, it may, you know, like rekindle, or another you know, for Mercury retrograde, rekindle some romance or spark in the relationship, or, you know, that kind of thing. Now we'll see what else we have. Underneath we have the Four of Swords. Okay, the Four of Swords. Here we go. Now, I want to double check something on that, but I'm actually just going to say what I think first before I check. So, you can see here, in my opinion, she looks tired. But for some reason, she will not put down the last sword. She's already got these three put down, you know, or else she's just got no interest in them. But they're already put away up against the wall. They're fine. She looks tired. She looks worn out. You know, like, look at that. She does not look completely happy. But yet, she is still holding on to that sword. And it needs to be put down. And I think, like, that's what that's about in relation to here. That sword that she is holding, and that has made her worn out, and has had, you know, makes her look like she's been beat up. Like, she looks really, really just and truly exhausted. And that's because I think the one sword that she is still holding is that war, or that battle, or that relationship, or that situation from the past that has come to an end, and she's just not letting go of it. And it needs to be let go of, so that you can, you know, you could look at it in the sense of it needs to be let go, and it can join the other swords up against the wall, and each sword can represent a lesson for you, a lesson that you've learned. Or maybe you need to drop the sword you're holding so that you can pick up one of these new swords, you know, for your next journey, instead of being stuck on this past journey that's already come to an end. And we need to come to terms with this. We need to, you know, work through it and feel the emotions we need to feel and work through them, as opposed to brush them under the rug. Now, in a lot of the readings that I've done so far, there is a lot of brushing under the rug going on, I think. So, what's going on with everyone hiding their emotions lately? But yeah. So in order to move forward, you need to make peace with the past, okay? You need to make peace with the things that have come to an end. You need to cut energetic cords with anything that you may still be holding on to. Maybe do some inner work, because there could be things from the past you're holding on to that you don't even consciously know you are. Meditation will be good for that, and journaling. But yeah, so 1 minute now, we'll get some cards from this deck as well to clarify. Let's see. Right, okay. Spirit, for Cancer, please clarify the death card. Clarify death. Clarify the death card for the star sign of Cancer for this reading for November or whenever they feel drawn to it. Clarify the death card. Thank you. Yeah, see, we've got the Eight of Wands clarifying the death card. So this is all about how you know that it has come to an end. It is time to move forward. Obstacles will be removed if you make the decision to move forward. You will move forward with ease. You have the opportunity to fly forward. So do it. You know, it is time to let go of that. Whatever came to an end, it's time to just work through it and move forward. And you will move forward quickly. You will be able to, you know, any obstacles will quickly fall out of your way. It is very possible for you to move forward so quickly, you know. You just have to allow yourself to shoot forward. Use the emotions and the way this transformation or the way this new beginning or ending made you feel. Use those emotions as motivation if you need to propel yourself forward into the future, towards your emotional fulfillment, towards your next relationship, whatever it is that you want to work towards, you know. 1 second now. You know, and make sure as well to be moving forward in the sense that, like here, we're cutting cords, we're cutting ties with the past, we're cutting cords with what no longer serves us in order to move forward, okay? So it's time to move out of this ending into the stage of cutting cords and, you know, digging deep into the mental processes and digging through your emotions to really sort it out, to really figure out what it is that you want going forward, what it is that you need to get your emotional fulfillment, what it is you need to be happy with yourself and to love yourself enough before you go for your next love relationship. You know, or for those of you already, you know, seeing someone or with a partner, you know, maybe it's about cutting through stuff so that you can just be more at peace with yourself, so you can love yourself that little bit more, because when you love yourself a bit more, you'll be able to love your partner more. So, you know, love makes the world go round, you know. But Page of Swords, clarify the Page of Swords, please. Oh, dropping my stuff. Let's see now. Okay, yeah. Empress is what came out there. The Empress, okay. Now, what I'm going to say for here is, the Page says, yeah, okay. First of all, spending some time in nature would be good. You know, getting out and about a bit. Maybe, you know, going somewhere where there's trees for grounding, to a forest, or, you know, a woods or something like that. Just really getting out and being able to spend time in nature. Maybe getting some meditation in nature as well. That's just from the imagery, what I'm saying. You know what I'm seeing. But, I'm also going to say, like, you know, this Empress, like, look at her face. She does not look like a woman that takes shit. You know what I mean? She's well able to be independent. Like, yes, she may be the counterpart to the Emperor, but either way, with or without the Emperor, she is able to stand her ground. She is able to be herself. She is connected with nature and the universe. You know, I'm going to check what it says in here as well, because I haven't seen the Empress card in quite a while. But, you know, she's able to do what she needs to do, and she's able to stand her ground while she does it. So if you're cutting people off, if you need to cut people off or cut situations off or cut cords up past stuff, first of all, maybe doing it out, maybe getting some time in nature to help you get some clarity and be alone with your thoughts might help. That's the first off. Second off, you are an Empress. You don't need, you know, all this baggage from the past. You are strong. You are intuitive. You are in touch with nature. So when you've got all that going for you, why do you need to hold on to the bullshit from the past? Just cut it off. Get rid of it. Now, I'm just going to see as well, that's just my quick thing off the top of my head for what I'm going to say for it, but I do want to double check the Empress. I do. Okay, so Okay, right. One of the things we have here is, so for some of you, maybe coming up with doing some brainstorming as well, coming up with some new ideas, and bringing them into existence. Things you've been thinking about and planning. Maybe it's time to start taking some action steps and figuring out how you can bring what you've been planning into a reality. Okay. Um. But apart from that, I'm actually just going to leave it with what I said because I feel more confident in what I said than what the book is telling me. So other thing that I will say is we have a full moon coming up soon, and with the Empress card coming out, and being in touch with nature being the vibe I'm getting off of it, maybe you should do some full moon magic. I believe the full moon is on the 12th of November. I think it's the 12th. But yeah, so maybe you should plan a full moon ritual. Again, bringing new ideas into existence. So write down things you could do for a new moon. Sorry, not new moon, for the full moon, that you can, do the ritual with all of that, and and then by doing that, you're bringing it into existence. You're putting pen to paper, you're making it a reality, and then you're doing the ritual the night of the full moon in order to promote manifesting it, in order to promote releasing. Depends what you want to do. Do you want to manifest something, or do you want to release the past? From this, I would say it would maybe be a good idea to work on releasing the past as opposed to manifesting stuff at the moment. It would be a good time maybe to work with the moon for your full moon ritual about letting go, and being your own person, being more like independent. And I don't mean independent in the sense that like you're leaning on others, but I also mean in the sense of just having your own time for you as well, not letting other people rely on you too heavily, because you have your own things that you need to do and that you need to work through as well. We can't always do everything for everyone, because we've also got ourselves to look out for, and it's not selfish, it's just self-care. So yeah, mind yourself. And also very intuitive, you'd be very intuitive, so you kind of you probably also know what it is that's holding you back. You have an idea or an intuitive feeling of the things that it is that you need to heal and release and cut out of your life. But now you just need to, put the ideas into action also. You need to, you know what it is you need to cut out. You just need to get up off your comfy little chair and start giving orders and be like, right, that's getting cut out, that's getting cut out, I'm changing that, I'm healing that, I'm adding this in, So I think most of you, I think, do know what it is you need to do. You just need a little nudge. And then others of you, if you don't know yet, it'll become clear very soon. But that's where, maybe that's where the spending time in nature in order to find guidance could come in, and doing some more meditation and stuff like that. And then that'll help you bring you the guidance that you need in order to figure out what to cut and what to keep and what to heal and so on. Clarify the Ace of Cups, please, Spirit. Clarify the Ace of Cups for Cancer. Clarify the Ace of Cups for Cancer. Oh, the world. Like, hello. Hello. I'm after getting a bit giddy. Yeah, so the world. Like, I'm just like, I'm not even like, I feel like literally just holding it here and repeatedly just saying the world. As in, like, what are you waiting for? Like, this is completion. This is like, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. You can achieve whatever you want. Success, happiness, abundance. What do you want? Go get it, because you can get it. You know what I mean? But, like I said, all of this this ending needs to, some of you need to come to terms with this ending, or maybe maybe for some of you it's not a permanent ending, and for others it could be, but you need to come to terms with what's happened and deal with the emotions that it stirred up within you and that kind of a thing, so that you can move forward, so that you can cut out whatever you don't need anymore, so that you can cut it out, you can heal from it and move forward, and open up your intuition more, spend more time in nature by getting rid of all this junk that you don't need from the past. If you're getting rid of that, you've got more room for good stuff, good things like, like opening your intuition even more, focusing more on yourself as opposed to others. Maybe this thing that ended was like a group situation, or maybe it was something where someone relied heavily on you, and now that situation has come to an end, you have the opportunity to move forward, cut the crap from the past, and have your independence back. Enjoy it. You have the opportunity to have time on your own, doing your own thing, being yourself, doing what you want when you want, doing self-healing, doing, self-development, bettering yourself for nobody else but you. You'd be mad not to take it. And then it will lead you to more emotional fulfillment. It will refill your cup, and your cup will then be full, so that if you want to go after, if you want to get a relationship or spice up the relationship you already have, you can, because you've got so much emotion. You've got enough to, it's overflowing. You can share it with whoever you want. And you know, it's going to feel so good for you as well, because you're going to be fulfilled and happy emotionally. And then it's going to feel like the world is yours. That that you're going to feel happy and like you can do anything and on top of the world. And like, yeah, of course, there's always going to be challenges in life. But if you're looking at them from a perspective of being so emotionally fulfilled and being like so on top of the world, even the biggest of problems can be tackled and seem like small problems. It's all about perspective. You are able to achieve whatever you want to. So just go for it. Like, I feel like this card is like, it's literally just here to say the world is in your hands. You know, we shape our own destiny. Like, yes, some things might be set in stone and some things there might not be. And, you know, there's fate. But our destiny is down to us, because we can choose how we perceive things. We can, you know, choose what lens we put on how we see the world. Do we see it as dull and gloomy and boring, or do we see it as amazing and beautiful? And, you know, it's up to you how you see it. The world is your oyster. It's all down to your perception, okay? So make sure... Oh, sorry. Train of thought just got interrupted there. But like, yeah, the world can be yours if you let it, basically, I think is the message here. It's like the outcome will be great. You will have a positive outcome, emotionally fulfilling, on top of the world, you know, kind of abundant. But first we need to work through the stuff from the past, cut the crap, spend more time on our own, working on ourselves, as opposed to hiding from emotions from the past, because they're not going to go anywhere, so they need to be faced. Underneath, Queen of Swords. Make sure, obviously, you know, again, very intuitive, but make sure to have your wits about you. You're not stupid. You know, use your intelligence as well. Use your knowledge as well as your intuition. Use them both. Okay? And that's the main thing I'm going to say for the Queen of Swords, to be honest, in this reading. I think that's all she's here about. She's just a reminder to make sure that while, yes, it is good to rely on your intuition, make sure you use your knowledge as well. And vice versa. Make sure you're not relying too much on your knowledge and your know-how, and make sure you're also using your intuition, okay? That is very important. So, with that said, now let's move on to our Archangel cards, where we will get some guidance and messages for you from the Archangels. So, let's see. Archangels, what messages and guidance do you have for the star sign of Cancer for November 2019? I'm actually just going to move these over a bit. That side's a little bit out of the camera. Is that better? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, so now, Archangels, what messages and guidance do you have for the star sign of Cancer for this reading? What messages do you have for the star sign of Cancer for this reading? What messages and guidance? What messages and... Okay. Oh, whoa. That one can go away because I shoved that out myself. Okay, so first we've got patience. Actually, yeah, sorry. First we've got patience, okay? So this says on it, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realise. Still, they need nurturing and patience, okay? So again, you are working towards everything you want to achieve. You just need to be patient, okay? And also when it comes to this reading in general, like, you know, be patient with yourself while you work through these things from the past, while you work through this thing that has ended. You know, while you're moving forward and trying to heal and trying to, you know, make the changes you need to change, while you're trying to cut things out that no longer serve, while you're working towards your independence and your emotional fulfillment. Be patient with yourself. These things take time. Rome wasn't built in a day, so don't think that we can completely remake ourselves or make major life changes and adjustments in one day either, okay? So be patient with yourself. Keep watering the flowers and they will bloom. Victory. Like, need I say more? You'll be victorious. Again, it's like the world, you know, the world and the Ace of Cups. You'll have your emotional fulfillment and the world will be your oyster, you know? You can perceive the world to be amazing and have everything you want and be abundant and happy and have everything. And this just tells me that you, Cancer, you will have a victorious outcome. It says, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So just keep the faith, spread your wings, and just keep doing the work. Keep doing the work on yourself, and don't do the work for anyone else. You have to be doing the work for you. You know, better yourself because you love yourself, not because someone else wants you to do it or because society says so. But there will be a positive outcome with the world and with victory here. Hello, you've got good things coming, Cancer, and I knew it before I even started recording that this was going to be a positive enough reading. I just knew it, and I started to feel so giddy. But yeah, so like everything here is positive. It's all about changing and cutting things out from the past to make a very bright and positive future, an abundant future. So like, you know, very good. So one more message, Archangels, please. One more message. One more message, Archangels, please. Thank you. You know what to do. You know what to do, Cancer. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Again, we've already said with the Queen of Swords and with the Empress that you are intuitive, and that you know that you have a strong connection to your intuition and your higher self, and you know that kind of a vibe. You know when your gut is telling you something. So like most of you probably know what it is that you need to cut out, and what emotions it is that you haven't dealt with that still need to be dealt with and processed, but you need to do it in a healthy way. Then, you know, and you know what it is that needs to be dealt with. You know what to do. So do it. You know, root out those old emotional traumas and work through them, and, you know, journal and meditate and do whatever process you need to do to heal and move on from those past wounds, okay? You know what it is you need to do. You've got your torch. Now walk into that darkness and light the place up. Hey, depending on, you know, if all of the things you've to work through you want to get rid of them, hell, walk in with your torch and burn the bloody place down. And underneath, clairsentience. Sorry about the glare. Clairsentience. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So notice how you're feeling, your emotions, and of course your physical sensations, like, you know, if you get goosebumps out of nowhere, you know, that kind of a thing. Notice them, maybe journal, write them down. See what's going on when you feel that way, when you get a certain feeling. Is there a common denominator? Like, do you always get goosebumps when you go in a certain room, you know? Because that's a physical sensation, but it's triggered by something. So if you can find out what triggers it, maybe you can figure out what the message is, you know? So pay attention to your feelings, both physical and emotional, so that you can get divine guidance through your feelings, both physical and emotional, okay? Now, with these cards, these are the Healing with the Angels cards. So what I'm going to do is we'll ask Archangel Raphael and the Healing Angels for guidance and messages for you for November. So, Archangel Raphael and the Healing Angels, can we please get guidance and messages for Cancer for the month of November, or whenever they are seeing this reading? Oh, that was bloody fast. Meditation. You are not the only star sign that has gotten this today. Meditation is super important. I think everyone should do it. But yeah, you need to get back in. You either need to get back into your meditation practice and do it daily, or if you don't have a meditation practice, Cancer, then start one, because the benefits are, I can't even explain how much meditation changed my life, as well as all other spiritual techniques, but meditation was a real game changer. It's so good, and I know at first it can be so difficult to clear your mind and stuff like that, but like it's nothing worth doing is ever easy, is it? You know? So at the start, even if it feels a bit weird and it feels a bit like you think you can't do it, you can do it. Just push through the discomfort and you will start to see the benefits, even if you just start with 5 minutes a day, okay? So good. And there's so many different ways to meditate now. You can meditate to frequencies, you can meditate to, you know, angelic music, you can meditate to guided meditations, you know, even meditate to a song you like. You know, there's no do's and don'ts, you know, whatever works for you. So, what else, Archangel Raphael and the Healing Angels? Okay, support. You are supported, and I'm going to see, like, obviously, there's been obviously a lot of change for you, Cancer, with the, you know, the Death card, with something coming to an end and you're having to let go of a lot from the past and trust your intuition and work through a lot of emotions. So obviously, yes, Cancer, there's a lot going on for you, and Archangel Raphael and the Healing Angels want you to know that you have their support and all the angels' support, but also that you have got friends who will support you, and you've got family that will support you, and that there is a support network available to you. So always remember that it is there, and Always remember that it's there, and don't feel like you always have to do everything on your own. Okay? Because there's a support network there for a reason. So if help is offered and you need it, accept it. And if you need help and you can't, and it's not being offered, then ask for it, okay? There's nothing wrong with asking for help if you need support, okay? But that's it. Just know that you are supported by both the angels and by the people around you who really care for you, okay? Now let's see. Let's get one more out of here. Oh, that was bloody quick. Miracles. Isn't this great? Like, come on. We've got victory here. We've got the world here. Ace of Cups there. Miracles here now. So, you know, you just got to keep your eye on the ball, like the rest of it says. You know what to do. You're going to have a victory. Be patient. Put in the work. Do what you've got to do. Cut out the past, the crap that you don't need. And miracles will happen for you. Miracles will manifest. And then underneath, new beginnings. See? Something may have come to an end, but whatever came to an end had to end, so that there was space for these new beginnings, for these new adventures, whatever is coming for you, whatever new things are coming into your life. Whatever ended had to end to make room for these new beginnings. And these new beginnings are going to be good. Like, hello. Like, so many good cards in here. A deserved new beginning this is, you know? It's just going to be something like, oh, it's just going to be so good. I really like the look of all these cards for your new beginning, and like just such a positive like looking outcome. So now, let's see, last one. But again, remember, Cancer, the only way, like, you know, excuse me, remember, in order to get all of these, you know, great new beginnings and, you know, all this victory and miracles and, you know, emotional fulfillment, you have to do the work when it comes to releasing and healing from the past. I cannot stress it enough. Because all of these miracles and these, you know, new beginnings and emotional fulfillment and victories will only come if you put in the work. So you have to come to terms with what ended. You have to you have to cut out the crap you don't need anymore, and you really have to put in that work, you know, to do the inner work, okay? Kind of like the hermit, journey of self-discovery. You really have to put in that work in order to get this victorious and miraculous new beginning and outcome, okay? Remember that. You're not going to get it by just doing nothing. So now, Archangel Michael, what messages do you have? What messages and guidance? What messages and guidance do you have for the star sign of Cancer for November or for whenever they're watching this reading? What messages and guidance do you have for Cancer for November 2019 or for whenever they're watching this reading? Oh, well, that was pretty clear. Prayer will help this situation. Like with the support, remember you are supported by the angels. So prayer doesn't necessarily, you know, a lot of people think they have to be like, you know, sometimes people, when they hear the word prayer, they think of going to a church or whatever your religion is, going to a place like that, or that they have to like believe in a certain thing. You can just sitting down and having a chat with your angels is praying. Because you're talking to them, you're making time for them. That is still praying, okay? So remember, like it says here, the angels, Archangel Raphael and the healing angel said, you are supported not only by them, but also by people here on earth. But remember, if you do need their support, pray to them, ask them for it, talk to them. They will help you. Prayer will help the situation, because the angels cannot help you unless you ask them to help. So if you want their support, ask for it, and they will jump right in. Any other messages? And obviously this is Archangel Michael's deck, so obviously call in Archangel Michael as well if you need help, and he'll be happy to help, as will any archangel or any angel, okay? And you can talk to your guardian angel as well. Any other messages for us, Archangel Michael, for the Cancers? Any other messages for Cancer for 2019 November, or whenever they find this reading? Hey, what I've been saying this whole time. A favourable... Oh, that's sideways, Josh. A favourable outcome. See? What did I say? What have I been saying this whole time? Everything is going to be great. Everything is going to work in your favour as long as you put in the work. And nobody is saying that it is going to be an easy journey, because like when you're on a journey of healing and self-discovery, it can be far from easy, but it is definitely one of the most rewarding journeys and best things you will ever do. So make sure to put in the work and you will get your favourable outcome. And remember, the angels, your friends and your family are all there to support you. And then underneath, be gentle with yourself. Like I like I just said, any journey of self-healing or any journey of self-discovery is never always easy. It's never always easy. That literally makes no sense. It's never easy, okay? There's always challenges along the way, but this is how we discover more about ourselves and how we better ourselves. But be gentle with yourself as you do it, because it's not always going to be easy, so you've got to make sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard either, Cancer, okay? Yeah. So, overall message, quick summary. Whatever it is that has come to an end that you're holding on to, that is literally the only thing that is keeping you held back. You need to let go of it. You need to accept that it has ended so that you can move forward. You need to, cut ties with whatever it is that's holding you back from the past as well. You need to work through your emotions. Whatever's going on in your head, that needs to be worked through. You need to pay attention to it. Don't brush it under the rug. Don't ignore it. Work through it. Ask yourself what you need. Journal, meditate, do whatever you need. But don't ignore how you feel. Process it and heal, okay? And then move forward. Use your intuition. Spend more time in nature. All of these things, letting go of the past and cutting out negative and toxic situations and people. This will all help you to get your emotional fulfillment. Trust your intuition, but also use your common sense and use your knowledge too. That, you need to use them both. And the world can be yours. You can get whatever you want to get, and you can be abundant and happy and have a great outcome. And also be patient with yourself, as we have here. Be patient with yourself as you water the flowers, because here we have your victory, so it will bloom. But you just got to have the patience and just keep watering and doing what you need to do for you until the time comes. Self-care is the best care. You know what you need to do. Most of you know what you need to let go of. You know what it is that's keeping you held back, but you're not doing anything about it. So you know what to do. You just get up and do it. There's no time like the present. Meditation's going to help you. Meditation's great. It's brilliant. You're supported. Miracles will come for you so long as you do the work. Prayer will help the situation. Talk to your angels. Talk to your guides. They're there to support you. That's what they want. They want to help you. You just need to ask them, because they respect your free will and they won't get involved unless you ask them to. A favourable outcome. Again, another card to tell you about how good the outcome is going to be. Be gentle with yourself. Self-development and self-healing is not easy. But ultimately there will be a new beginning and it's going to be great. And pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your physical and emotional feelings, because they might have guidance in them, okay? Now, that is the quick summary of everything now in front of me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. Excuse me. Please make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe if this resonated with you. And yeah, again, thank you so much. Love, light and blessings to all of you. And I hope you have a great November. Until the next time, peace out.